and welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Today we're off down to downtown Paphos. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening, that's for sure. The sun is gleaming across the blue sky. I'm going to take you down and capture that sun as it sets. That's the plan. And the girl in charge of the ship, well, her name is Paphos Booth, and she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Hello everybody, sorry that I can't turn to you. How nice to see you again and again.
And again. Now stick with us, the sun is setting up in that sky and it's beaming into the car. As you can see, there it is up there. We're having an absolutely wonderful day. The humidity has almost vanished, and I mean almost has vanished. The temperature in the daytime now is about 32 degrees, and as we speak at the moment, as the sun sets in the sky before it starts its descent off to Cato, Australia, it's around about 30 degrees. And as you can see down there, that is Cato Paphos. We are rapidly descending from the village where we live, which is Armu. We're going to go into the village of Konya. If you look at the signpost there, that's Konya village. And this road will take us straight through, and we will join the Limassol roundabout at the top of Paphos. If we were to go to the left, as the roundabout suggests, we would go to Limassol. If we were to go right, we would go into uptown Paphos. And if we go straight, which we're going to do, we're going to continue our descent down into lower Cato Paphos. And along the way, we're going to give you some bearings and obviously show you some sights. And Paphos Booth is driving absolutely wonderfully tonight.
Really, I can't believe it. Do I drive wonderfully?
You do.
Wow.
Absolutely spectacular driving tonight.
Nice.
A few of you have commented about Paphos Booth's driving. The driving is actually very, very good. The problem with it is all the idiots around us. And that's the problem. And those are the things that I'm constantly commenting about. Paphos Booth tends to focus on her driving, which obviously is correct, but often she's not aware of all the idiots around us. They don't like to stop at traffic lights, they don't like to stop at zebra crossings, they don't like to stop at junctions, they like to get up your bottom, all this kind of thing. Now I know this driving is familiar all over the world, but I'm from a slightly older school where we try to teach the drivers around us with a little bit of respect. But as I say, we now live in a society of flip-flop wearing, frappe drinking, anything other than concentrating on my driving, and that's my rant over. Look at that for a view. If you look over the housetops and the treetops, you can see the sprawling metropolis of downtown Cato Paphos, otherwise known as Paradise, and that's where a lot of people come to spend a week, 10 days, a fortnight, or even the rest of their life, and they lap up the sunshine and the fun of the beautiful island of love. And that island is downtown Cyprus, and of course we live in downtown Paphos. Sylvia?
You don't really like sunbathing, Paul, as many people like.
Well, I think that's a misconception. A lot of people do like sunbathing, and a lot of people don't.
I like.
You like, but you don't do much sunbathing.
I don't have time.
You don't have time. There we are. Whereas I don't like sunbathing, and again, I don't have time. So there we are.
For you, it's easier.
Yes,
You
it's
just
easier
don't
for
like.
me. There we are. We understand a lot of people do come out and they sunbathe their week or their 10 days or their fortnight away because they understand they want to go back looking nice and brown. And of course, that's what a lot of people like. And then a lot of people like to go and have a bit of fun. They like to go on, see the sights, shall we say. They like to go on as many cruises as they can. Maybe they like to go and visit uptown Paphos. Maybe they may even go as far as Limassol. Who knows? We're all different. But at the end of the day, we're all coming to Paphos for one thing, and that's to chill, to relax, and hopefully have a memorable holiday or a memorable time. Because obviously not everyone is coming for a holiday. They may be coming for a business trip. They may be coming to stay in Paphos for a year, or as I say, the rest of their lives. And it's a great, great place to come. Anyway, we've just come off the Limassol roundabout, and we're now continuing our descent. And for some bearings just over there on the right hand side, you've got the Alpha Mega supermarket, and that's what's called a hypermarket. By Cyprus standards, that's a very, very big supermarket indeed. But if you're watching it from America or even the UK, Germany, those kind of places, it's a moderately sized supermarket, shall we say. And as we proceed a bit further, hopefully you can see the arches, the yellow arches, or they used to be called golden arches, of that wonderful brand McDonald's. Because a lot of people love McDonald's, that is for sure. I like a McDonald's. I in particular like a McFlurry. And Miss Andrea, all the way from Norfolk, with her man Mr. Martin, didn't understand that there was a McDonald's in Paphos. Otherwise they would have gone. because they've got a McDonald's just up the road from their house. So Miss Andrea, there it is. That is McDonald's, especially for you. And I tell you what, we'll go in there one of these days. I'll have a McFlurry and LaBouffe will have a frappe, and we'll make an especially video for you. We'll see you.
Why not?
Why not?
As long as there is not any music in the building, why not?
Yeah, why not?
So
we're at the crossroads now. This is a new road that's gone in by McDonald's. So McDonald's is to our left. You've got the Blue Cross Hospital, private hospital on the right hand side, and you can filter left, which will now take you into the Yereskipu industrial area. And right in front of us there is the previous Paphos Mall. That is being refurbished, and it's going to be taken over by the Home Centre DIY and the former Debenhams, which is now the ERA. And if you're wondering what's going to go down there at that roundabout at the bottom, well, they're going to knock it all down, build a new parade of shops and a 27-storey block of apartments. Obviously, those apartments are going to have views to die for, all the way to Israel, all the way to Lebanon, and of course all the way to Nicosia. So continuing our drop, most people understand this road now. It's the main link road from the Limassol roundabout, and if you keep going straight, you're going to end up in paradise, and that paradise is downtown Cato Paphos, Pasidonis Avenue, which is the hotel's road. And at the end of this road, when we join that road, if you go right as the hotel's road suggests, you will be coming across a lot of hotels, and if you go left, again, there are a few hotels, but as you get to the end of that road, you will join the Cato Paphos Promenade and Harbour area, which is where we're going to head, and that's where we're going to dismount and show you the sunset viewpoint and grasp the sun before it vanishes. And it's going to be a great view indeed. So this is the ERA hyperstore to the left hand side, the former Debenhams. This roundabout, if you go left, you would go to Yereskipu, join the old road to the airport. If you go right, you would go into Midtown Paphos and eventually the Old Town. We're going to go straight, which means we're going to head down to downtown Cato Paphos.
It looks like Moscow Avenue today.
It's pretty busy. Yeah, it is pretty busy because we're quite a bit later than normal. You can probably grasp from the sky it's going dark quite quickly, but there does appear to be a lot of traffic on the roads. I think what's gradually happening is holidays have firmly come to an end for the locals, and normality of life is returning. So people are running their children around to friends, family, extra classes, that sort of thing. And of course, normality of life has come back. A lot of people now are having to go back to work, hence more and more traffic. Now, this is the tree-lined road which takes you all the way down to the Cato Paphos Harbour. The road surface, as we keep commenting, is Sherlock Holmes, but the view in the viewfinder is absolutely beautiful. Tree-lined avenue, and at the end of it you can see the glows of the golden rays of the sun. But the road is absolutely Sherlock Holmes.
I'm trying to avoid all these holes, whatever you call them.
Potholes and
Sherlock
manhole
Holmes
covers.
holes.
Sherlock Holmes holes, yes. And Dr. Watson all rolled into one. Yeah.
But it's nearly impossible.
It is,
nearly
yeah.
impossible.
It is.
Because
Yeah.
you know, if I don't step on this now, look.
Yeah.
Have you heard it?
That's right.
So I would have go around.
But unfortunately, this is a common thing in all countries.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the municipalities, the councils, the governments, whatever you want to call it, are quite happy to take the money for road tax, the VAT off our fuel duties, all of these things. It's a rant, and not spend it on what they're supposed to spend it on, because we understand they've got to pay themselves. They've got sons and daughters who all want nice, easy jobs. That's where the money goes. Stick with us. The tree-lined avenue to paradise. At the end, in the mornings and in the late afternoons and the early evenings, be aware, if you're coming down here in a hire car, your own car or someone else's car, this is the area where the Gumbarus hang out. It's a road that goes from 65 to 50 to 30, and they're sitting just over yonder where it goes to 30. So their plan is to get you at doing 65, and that's at €75 on the spot fine. So that's where you're going to find them here on the left-hand side. They've probably moved somewhere else just because they are always creatures of habits, these Gumbarus.
Did you smell them?
I can smell them, yeah. But they are creatures of habit. They frequent 5 to 6 spots and they just move around like little rats.
And of course, don't forget they don't like to be in the heat.
And they don't like to be in the heat.
Always when it's cold.
And they're never actually in one place too long, because the Gumbarus in the cars driving around who get caught speeding then phone up every Gumbaru they know to tell them where they are. So they keep moving around. but they're always in the same neck of the woods, that's for sure, because they understand where they're going to catch you speeding. Now, here we are, coming down to the Hotels Road. Before we get to that road, you've got shops either side, as you can see. You've got various cafes, restaurants, gift shops. You've got the Veronica Hotel there. Lee Jackson is coming there next week. You've got Hellenic Bank to our left. You've got the University Neapolis to the right. You've got the Avanti Hotel there. That's where Tony Ankara and his wife Wendy stayed not long ago. And right in front of us, you've got the hotel that Miss Ellie missed, the Olympic Lagoon. That's the one they threw us out of. And we're looking forward to getting thrown out of there again very, very soon, that's for sure. Now, this is the area known as the Triangle. So you've got various bars, restaurants and gift shops all around us to the right, and one or two on the left. There's the Shamrock coming up. And there's the Emperor Hotel, apartment, hotel and restaurant to our left. You've got a new complex of villas and apartments being built to our right. And then coming up in the viewfinder now, that big building, that is the Amalfi luxury 5-star hotel. We have done a hit and run on there. If you are going to stay there and you'd like us to go and get thrown out, you ask us to go in there and we'll do our very, very best to get thrown out.
Yeah.
So stick with us. We've got a closed down restaurant over there. That's the Romantica restaurant, which unfortunately has gone out of business.
Yeah.
Now the next property coming up on the left, that's going to be one of the most famous hotels in downtown Paphos, and that is Alfred's Hotel, as Mr. Ian calls it. We call it the Alexander the Great. There's Stavros, and Alex is riding the hell out of him. And that's the main reception, Alexander the Great Hotel. Truly, truly great, great hotel indeed. Coming up now on the left is the Almira Spa part of the Almira Hotel. Again, a luxury 5-star hotel which backs onto the beautiful Paphos Promenade and Plage, and it's absolutely to die for. There's restaurants to our right hand side, and if you were to take a right just here and then immediately go left, over there the Keg and Barrel, and then there's Penthouse Rentals, as you can see, and that is the start of Bar Street. And then this is the final part of the Pasidonius Avenue. Various shops, bars and restaurants. And again to our left is the Annabelle 5-star luxury resort, which again backs onto the Cato Paphos Plage. Mario's Diamonds is open, can receive the booth. Keep going. So these are the last bunch of shops. We've got the Dionysus Hotel, we've got Costa Coffee to the left. You've got Tea for Two restaurant coming up on the very, very corner. That's the Penguins restaurant on the right now. Right in this corner as we go round, you've got Tea for Two, which means that's Tea for Two at the harbour, which means that's the promenade, which means that that is the plage. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. Now, that road's been closed off because there's a lot of people walking around at night, so they're trying to make it safe for us. So we're going to wiggle and waggle round the rear of the promenade, through the back streets as we call it, and you're going to see some good parts and some bad parts. This is an old hotel that's now being refurbished, and it's going to be luxury apartments. Over there is the Downtown Players Pub, which closed quite a few years ago. To the left hand side you've got various kiosks, a sandwich shop, and over there again you've got the plage right in front of us. So let's follow our way around to give you another bearing. Coming up on the left, this big building here now is the Downtown Paphos supermarket known as Papa Antonio's, which means on the right hand side is the Leptos Basilica Holiday Resort, one of our most popular places to go for lunch. Now you've got Theo's Diamond Shop coming up here, that's open, so keep going. And then you've got the Cava shop, which is, no, there he is, there's Marius, there he is. He just caught us out at the corner of his eye. So that's his father's shop, which has been open for 30 years. And if you want to get a special bottle of cognac or gin or something, you pop in there and speak to Marius or his wonderful sister Faye, and they're going to sort you out with something very, very special indeed that you can't buy anywhere else in downtown Cato Paphos, that's for sure. Now, coming up, we are about to enter the harbour. That's the view to die for. And you can see various street traders. There's Konstantinos, there's Jenny the Best, there's Mr. Chris, Mr. Hector's in sight. That's the view. Very, very calm and very, very tranquil tonight.
Oh, you're losing
You're making
English
fun of my English.
day by day.
Yeah. She's stealing the life out of my English, that's for sure. So here we are now So we're going to wiggle and waggle. I see that
Dangerous man.
he's in. Yeah, that's right.
Dangerous
He's
man.
always trouble for us. That's Mr. Dire Straits. If you follow the channel, you understand. Dire Straits gets us copyrights. There's Mr. It's always the same.
Yeah.
There we are. So this is the road that wiggles round the back of the harbour. There's the harbour entrance.
By the way.
No, it seems very quiet, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It makes it easier for us to film, but of course the chance of being accosted goes down, shall we say. And we do like to be accosted. Look at that sun setting in the sky. So we're wiggling around the rear of the harbour. If you're in a hire car, your own car or someone else's car, and there's nowhere to park, come round the rear of the harbour, and as you can see, it's a big car park. Now this car park is packed.
Yeah.
So where's all the people?
The people swimming in the sea.
Isn't that weird? Right, let's get somewhere to park, receive your booth, and then we're going to dismount.
Right. If I find somewhere to park.
Pull up behind that car, silver car there, because we're only going to be a couple of minutes. Pull it up. And we're going to dismount, and we're going to get to the sunset viewing point. Receiver Labou's going to give us a twirl, and we're going to get some views to die for, that's for sure. A little bit humid, because as you can see the glasses have just gone, but they should clear because there's a slight breeze. Let's see if we can grasp as the most beautiful woman in the world dismounts. There she is. Give us a twirl, Receiver Labou. There we are. Right, come on. Let's go and have a look and see if we can catch this sun setting in the sky, because it's a great view indeed. So here we go. The sky is blue, the sea is blue, I'm dressed head to toe in blue. All that's actually missing is
you.
So get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. There's some live entertainment or something going on over there. We're going to show you this blue Mediterranean Sea, and then we're going to span round and we're going to get the great sun as it sets in the sky. So there's a bit going on today. Have a look at that. Look at that for a sunset, absolutely spectacular. Let's have a quick word with watching Receiver Labou and see what she's got to say.
I would like to say to you, thank you very much for watching us. Thank you for your time, for your attention, for you loving us. We're loving you to bits, and please come back to see another of our madnesses.
All that's left to say is thanks for watching. And of course, if you do like what you see, please hit the like, click subscribe, come back for a little bit more of our madness. Have a look at that for a view.